Today, What's Cookin'? A show about our favorite subject, eating, from casual dining elegance in Edmond to down-home cuisine to our new favorite, chicken and waffles.
Travel with AAA's Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, and welcome to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. I'm Jennifer Reynolds.
And I'm Dean O'Lally.
This is a great show. It's one of our favorite shows of the year because it's all about the thing we love most, well, besides family. It's food. Yeah, it's our restaurant show, and we're happy to tell you about the new Destination Dining Guide, hot off the presses and ready for you.
And we'll tell you how you can get your free copy of our new Destination Dining Guide coming up in just a little bit. But as Jennifer said, this is What's Cookin'. That's the theme, and we're coming to you from Lottinville's in Edmond, a very nice family-owned restaurant, and we'll tell you more about Lottinville's in just a bit.
Right now we're headed to the hometown of Woody Guthrie, Okemah, and that's where our Shell Wagner has found a restaurant with some great down-home cooking and lots of it.
The next time you're traveling down I-40 near Okemah and you're feeling a little hungry, do what this old hen did. Hop off the interstate and head to the Hen House Cafe.
Just look for the red tin roof, the wide, welcoming porch, and the collection of old pickup trucks out front. Then the aromas of fresh-baked pies and real slow-simmered entrees will confirm you've arrived at just the right spot. Though the building feels like a warm, historic hug, this is actually a new structure. Owners Christy and Johnny Leslie built it themselves in the early 2000s, using antique fixtures, doors, and details salvaged from Okemah's old senior center. It might seem daunting to dial back decor more than 80 years, but Christy tells us that creating a yesteryear ambiance was actually the easy part.
But when I first started, I had been gifts and antiques.
When the economy took a dip and the antiques biz cooled, Christy and her family started eating in to save some cash.
I thought, well, if I'm going to cook for myself, I might as well cook for the guys across the street. So I started cooking for them, and they'd holler across every day and tell me what they wanted to eat the next day.
Word spread about Christy's everything from scratch, just like your grandma made meals.
Meatloaf Monday, Tuesday is roast beef or pork chops, Wednesday's chicken fried steak, Thursday's chicken fried chicken and Mexican casserole, and then Friday's barbecue, country style ribs and chicken and dressing. I tell people it's like coming home for lunch. If you don't like what we've cooked, then you have to have a sandwich.
But with hearty sandwiches like these, that's not a bad thing. And everything at Hen House Cafe is made with wholesome ingredients and a nod toward good health.
When I first started out here, so many people said, well, you'll never make it because you won't fry. And I said, well, I'll just see what happens, because I think if I cook like I do at home, people will, enjoy it. And it has worked out really, really well.
Naysayers might not have realized that restaurant success is in Christy's DNA.
My grandmother had a restaurant here in Okemah years ago.
And that knack for knowing what folks crave seems to run in the family.
I've got two daughters that work here, and they kind of have taken the sweets over for me.
Regulars know to save room or to order dessert along with their meal to be sure and secure a slice. Because whether you're talking about a creamy slice of cheesecake or a slice of small-town hospitality with a glance at history, both are waiting for you right here. At the Hen House Cafe in Okemah, I'm Shell Wagner.
To find out more about the Hen House Cafe, all you have to do is head on over to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
I got to tell you, Shell loved the Hen House, as did videographer Tommy Evans.
You don't have to go far to find more great food. It's right here. We are at Lottinville's, an Edmond classic.
It's a wonderful family restaurant. They're now in their 15th year, and owners Michael and Lori Jones came up with the idea of serving delicious and healthy food with a twist.
Magic man Jeff Roberts discovered that twist of wood-fired grills. Wow, makes all the difference.
What made the husband and wife team of Michael and Lori Jones want to start Lottinville's?
We wanted to create a great restaurant in the city of Edmond that people could come, that if they had children, they could bring them. If they wanted to come on a date night, they could come. And we kind of wanted to be a little bit of something for everyone. We wanted it to be real food. We wanted to do real cooking. And we felt like there was a need for that at that time.
And did they ever fill the need? Just look at these amazing food items. Dang, that looks good, doesn't it? So, what was the idea on dress code?
Really, a lot of the decisions that Lori and I have made about our restaurants is that, how do we feel about it? And one of my concerns about going out is, a lot of times I get off work or I'm tired, I just don't want to get dressed up. So I want to be able to go in a place that we can bring our children, but it's an elevated environment. It's not basically a fast food kind of a deal, but I don't necessarily want to get dressed up. I can on a date night if I want to, kind of idea, but the bottom line is you know what? This is a place we can have really good food and our kids can actually eat real good, healthy food, but done in a really relaxed environment. And no, you don't have to get dressed up. You can come in jeans. We have people in shorts. We have people in tuxedos. I mean, it kind of goes the vast. And so what we try to create is an idea where, anything really goes. But you're going to get great service. You're going to get great food. You're going to get great presentation. But you don't have to go through the general pomp and circumstance of going out in those, some of the higher end places that we've,
What was your old saying? When people would ask if we have a dress code, you would say?
You have to have clothes on.
You just have to have clothes on. Yeah.
Are you guys set up to help big groups or business meetings?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 2 rooms actually. One is a smaller, a little more intimate kind of meeting room or party room, whatever, seats up to 8 people. And then we have another room called the boardroom. It seats up to 40. So used a lot for large meetings, presentations. There is no room charge, which kind of sets us apart a little bit from some other people in town as well.
All right, awesome restaurant, special rooms for family or work, amazing bar and lounge area, and the kitchen table. What makes it fun?
What's kind of fun about this table is as a Friday night progresses and you're sitting here, you think that it's going to be all, what happens is these people, they become their own little world, and as a general rule, this is a blast table. Everyone has a great time here because, it is kind of loud and everything. You don't have to worry about your manners or anything, and things are flying and waiters are flying, and it's a lot of fun. It really is.
Yeah.
So the next time you want an awesome hand-cut steak, chicken fried steak with a twist, smoked cheddar cheese meatloaf with chili sauce, or the house favorite tilapia, you have to check out Lottinville's. In Edmond, I'm Jeff Roberts.
Lottinville's has an excellent website, so you can check out the restaurant menu, hours, make reservations. It's all right there, and we'll link you to that website from our Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
All right, now don't stop eating. Just don't put down the remote because you're going to want to stay with us.
We're headed to Sapulpa to a legendary steakhouse. Our next delicious stop is Freddie's. We'll have all the details when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns.
On the road, one never knows what lies ahead. Indubitably, almost every week, one encounters bad form from Sunday drivers.
Sheer rudeness begets the occasional fender bender.
Precisely why we have insurance from AAA.
Hear, hear.
A name drivers can trust.
Especially good ones.
Especially great ones.
Cheers!
Every night, my honey lemon eye.
Sit alone and talk.
Watch your heart.
Making lazy circles in the sky. We know we belong to the land, and the land we belong to is grand. Everybody say,
we're only saying
you're doing fine, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, come see for yourself.
Until there's an accident rewind button, there's the next best thing, insurance from AAA.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. What's Cookin' is our theme this week because you know what? The new destination dining guide is out. We're going to tell you how you can get yours a little bit later in the show.
I tell you, this dining guide has become very, very popular. We're very happy to say. And just in general, food books are bestsellers, cooking shows are very popular, and it seems like these days food has a social meaning beyond nutrition.
Just about everybody likes to partake of a great meal, and maybe you have that favorite restaurant that becomes part of that tradition.
Tradition and legendary, especially if you've been serving up food for over 50 years. And this next destination, it's actually right off a legendary route, Route 66.
We're headed to Freddie's Steakhouse in Sapulpa.
Tradition is defined as, quote, the handing down of statement, beliefs, legends, customs, information, etc. from generation to generation, especially by word of mouth or by practice, unquote. Want to see another definition of tradition? Well, you're looking at it. Freddie's Barbecue and Steakhouse in Sapulpa. Their excellent food, incredible service, amazing hospitality, they're all combined into defining what is a first-class dining experience.
So I think there's a lot of people, because of Discover Oklahoma and its area that it covers, I think people recognize that what we have. We've been in the business since 1962, so this year it's 50 years, you see. So over 50 years, you've dealt with a lot of customers.
50 years, now that's truly an impressive statistic. Freddie's is known for all the things I just mentioned, but it's also the extra things that they do and the amount of food that they serve.
Of course, one of the things that we do is our main steaks, which is our #1 seller, is the filet. And it'll have the tabbouleh, the hummus, the cabbage roll, the ribs and bologna, and then another salad, and then of course your steak and potato. We have all kinds of different menus from seafood now. We go into a lobster tail, a 16-ounce lobster tail. We have the lobster kebabs, which no one does a lobster kebab. Of course, we have, and all these comes with all these hors d'oeuvres. Very unusual in today's market, but I will not take anything off because of the fact, even though that costs me more, it will stay the same because of tradition.
Yes, there's that word tradition. Ed told me when people come in, he wants them to be comfortable, like this is part of home. It's part of the longevity, which in turn equals over 50 years of service.
One of the things that I stress to my staff is that I want my customers to know them. I want you to know them also. And then if they do, then if you make a mistake, it's only a mistake. If they don't know you, it could be the worst thing in the world. That's my philosophy with my staff, and they do a very good job.
And consequently, he has an extremely low turnover rate. Now, his main chef, Dennis, has been with him since 1972. Whether it's for lunch or dinner, Freddie's customers know what's in store when they walk through the door. He has people come from all over, some from Edmond and Oklahoma City, just for a dinner date. Their purpose to go out that evening? Well, it's to go eat at Freddie's. Now, on the side, Freddie's does an incredible amount of catering. That operation is housed in a different facility directly behind the main restaurant. And that, too, is based in tradition. It all comes back for the owner, Ed Slyman. It's taking pride in doing something right. It's about tradition. It's personal.
You know, you can do a lot of television, you can do a lot of radio, and then it becomes, I think you have to be kind of consistent to stay out there. But at the same time, you need to keep developing the personal thing. I think it's very important. And you have to develop your nucleus. Our staff is nucleus, and our town is nucleus, actually. And, you know, the city of Sapulpa, they're advocates for us also. And, you know, hey, it's good, because if we can draw people, they can draw people. It's good for everyone.
To check out Freddie's menu and all the restaurant's catering information, go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
Coming up, I'll live to say this, more food.
I like the sound of that. We're going to be having waffles and chicken when AAA's Discover Oklahoma continues.
I was sitting behind an SUV at a red stoplight, and I guess the light wasn't turning green fast enough for her, so she puts her SUV in reverse and backs right into my new car. I'd called her insurance several times, and they had never heard of her.
We recommended that she go ahead and turn the claim in to AAA so that AAA claims adjusters could take care of her.
I paid my $500 deductible to get my car fixed, and I didn't ever expect to see that money again.
I didn't want her to have to be out $500 because it wasn't her fault. So that was the only question. A lot of times if there is no insurance coverage, it's hard to get the other party to pay up.
2 months later, I had a check in the mail from AAA for my $500. So when I had given up on it, they were still fighting to get my money back for me.
She said, guess what? I got a check in the mail. That was a good feeling for her, and it made me feel good too.
They've really shown me that if I ever have a problem, that they're gonna help me fix it.
Welcome back to AAA's Discover Oklahoma. The topic this week, what's cooking?
You know, it's always fun to discover a restaurant that's just taken off, and especially if they've combined two items that don't normally go together for normal fare.
And two items that you really love, too. Dino told us about this place, and the whole crew got so excited that we all went there for dinner.
You know, I've heard of restaurants serving chicken and waffles before. I had never had them, but if you do want to try something a little different, then you have to go to the Drum Room. It all started as a sign, literally. The concept for the Drum Room started not with food, but by finding this sign at an architectural salvage yard. One of the partners from the Deep Fort Group found it, and then he and the rest of his business partners designed the concept of the restaurant.
And if you look at the sign, it has drumsticks circling it that flash at night. So we built fried chicken and drumsticks and drummies into drum chandeliers and cymbal lighting, and then drummers on the wall as well. And then we added some cool 1970 hippies art, and then we play vinyl records every day.
It's BYOV here, Bring Your Own Vinyl. A playlist is created every day at lunch, at dinner, and late night, which adds to the very cool ambiance. But leading the way by going to the beat of a different drummer, so to speak, is that unusual combination of chicken and waffles.
That's the biggest thing. We started out with one waffle maker, and I got 4 back there now, Belgian waffles. So fried chicken and waffles, waffle sandwich, and I think chicken nachos is probably one of the biggest sellers on the appetizer menu, because we actually take a chicken breast that we brine for 24 hours. All of our chicken is brined for 24 hours in a special brining, and then it's breaded, boneless breaded, and then it's cooked to order, and then it's diced up and put on a nacho, and then we cover it with cheese, with pico de gallo, guacamole, and sour cream, and fresh jalapenos. Every item on the menu is cooked 100% to order. Every order of chicken, a half a chicken or a whole chicken comes out with a waffle underneath it. And then on the table we have syrup and honey and hot sauce and barbecue sauce. We have 3 kinds of sauces, honeys, ketchup, and so all that stuff goes with waffles and fried chicken. So you got all the bases covered? We got them all covered. They do, including the fact that everything is made from scratch, even their pimento cheese. Their fresh green beans made with caramelized onions, bacon, and salt and pepper, and garlic are delicious. All their sides are quite tasty, and the portions, like a big bass drum, are rather large. The executives at the Deep Fort Group also own the Mantle Wine Bar and Bistro, the Deep Fort Grill, the Wedge Pizzerias on Western and near Bricktown, the Drunken Fry, and the Blue Note Lounge. But David says the Drum Room took off fast and has evolved on its own. Overwhelming. You never know what's going to happen when you open a new place. We like to start slow, but this place didn't start that slow. It started pretty quickly. Why do you think that is? I just don't know. I think the sign has something to do with it. It's a pretty dynamic sign at night lit up. We want to grow into the business instead of let the business grow into us. And this truly is a great sign of things to come. The Drum Room has a fun website where you can check out their fine, fowl, and fixins. We'll link you to theirs when you go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com. We are not finished yet. We have yet more food on the way.
We are headed just around the corner here in Edmond to a restaurant that is an institution when AAA's Discover Oklahoma returns.
He's been our insurance agent for the last 6 years, but the year before that, he was the best man at my wedding.
Asked him if I could quote his auto insurance, to which he said, yes, but you're gonna have to beat the company I've been with for forever in order to get it.
I didn't think they'd be able to.
So I took the opportunity to quote it, and I know I was able to save him about $600 a year.
Man, I was just like, boom shakalaka, like, are you kidding me?
He actually said that on the phone, boom shakalaka.
Saving money with AAA means food on the table for my family. Even after he saved us tons of money, he's looked at our policy over the years and helped us make changes to save even more money without us asking.
We offer the best of both worlds. We have great customer satisfaction through the level of service that we provide, and combined with an amazingly low rate.
As a parent and as a husband, having insurance is a safety net because life happens. I know that AAA is going to take care of us. I don't have to worry about it. AAA is going to be there. Levi's going to be there. They're going to take care of our needs.
Welcome back. AAA Oklahoma makes this show possible and does a lot of other great things around our state. Here's a look at today's AAA.
Hi, Christy Gettle here with AAA Oklahoma. Whether you're looking to hula in Hawaii, cruise the Caribbean, or take a bite out of the Big Apple, look no further than AAA Vacations. With a wide array of cruise and tour packages, our experienced travel agents will help you plan your trip down to the very last detail. You just have to pack. Plus, being a member has its perks. You're guaranteed the lowest fare, 24/7 member care protects you in case of an emergency, and you get exclusive amenities like onboard ship credits, complimentary shore excursions, private sightseeing guides, and priority venue entrance. If your schedule's flexible, watch our website for last-minute deals so you can travel more for a whole lot less. Exceptional service, exclusive experiences, and exciting rewards. AAA Vacations give you the best vacation available, anywhere you want to go. To learn more, visit AAA.com.
AAA for the ones who matter most to you. We've talked in this show about restaurants that become traditions.
We mentioned earlier about Freddie's in Sapulpa. They've been around 50 years, over 50 years, and that fact alone should tell you a lot.
Downtown Edmond also has a restaurant that's been around about that same amount of time, and it is certainly a tradition.
I remember my in-laws took us there years ago, and we still eat there quite often.
People will want to know, where is it, do you know?
I'll tell you, it's around the corner, and Quintran has the scoop.
In Edmond, Oklahoma, people don't have to go far to find this old-fashioned diner. It's just around the corner.
And it's the place where people come and work out everybody's issues, and I get a lot of advice when I come to this place.
The town's mayor, Charles Lamb, is a regular for breakfast.
Well, you gotta be around the corner somewhere.
Located in downtown Edmond, Around the Corner has been around for more than 50 years. This is where breakfast is served open to close, Tuesday through Sunday. Always find fresh squeezed orange juice. And everything is cooked from scratch.
The newest addition is fried chicken. We actually batter it ourselves and we cut the chicken ourselves and we do all that. It's always been on the menu, but is probably the newest improved item that is on the menu.
Nancy Weiss-Mioli runs the diner. She says this is home cooking at its finest.
Oh yeah, they prefer the home cooking, grease, you know, bacon. They want it all. They're gonna do it right when they come and eat here. Pork chop and eggs. Okay, that's a new one. It's a hash brown crusted pork chop, and then it's fried, and it's served with 3 eggs. The pork chop's really golden, has a light gravy over it. It comes with biscuits and gravy or toast, whichever you want. So we make everything fresh here. Anything we possibly can make, the gravy, the biscuits, we batter the chicken fried steak, we batter the chicken fried chicken, you know, the omelets.
And don't forget Nancy's homemade apple pie. It's one of the many delicious desserts. Nancy and her family own Othello's, the Italian restaurant just a few doors down. They took over Around the Corner when the previous owner, Charlotte Worsham, retired. Before she left, Charlotte was on a mission.
She came to me and asked about doing public art, and I showed her, I don't know if you saw it, there's a pig with a chicken on its back down there in front of that. I showed her that piece, and Charlotte put a photo of the piece and a jar at the cash register and collected from her customers $5,000 for her half of that. City matched the other half. She collected in $2 and $5 and $20 donations. She'd come down here every Saturday morning. She'd show up at my office with a handful of money and say, "Are we almost there?" I said, "Well, we need a little bit more, Charlotte, but we're getting close." And it says people love the art, they love the concept, and they loved her. I mean, they wanted to do something nice for her also, and she was doing something nice for the community. So
the community has seen the diner's name and corner locations change just a time or two over the years. There have been too many new customers and wall memorabilia to count. And Nancy knows it's now her job to keep this Edmond institution alive.
No, it's not a historical landmark, but to the people it is. You know, everybody knows it. Everybody sees Around the Corner as one of the first restaurants in downtown Edmond. So you need those legacy establishments to stick around to make sure it's still that hometown feel.
For more information on Around the Corner, just go to the Discover Oklahoma page at travelok.com.
That's our show for this week. We hope you've had fun with us traveling around Oklahoma to find out what's cooking. And if you want to learn more, you need one of these. It's the brand new Destination Dining Guide. Now, pay attention because this is really tough. It's tough to get one of these. You go to travelok.com and you put your name in there and they'll send you one.
It's really that simple. Now, these go very fast. They become very popular. People love to keep them in their cars. Just go to Travelok, click on free brochures, put in the information, and you'll get one in the mail.
But do it now. Don't put it off.
Next week's Stories that the Discover Oklahoma crew was thankful for, from a tasteful and tasty tea room in Shawnee to a fun bass fishing trip. Hope you'll join us.
So until next time, remember,
there's always something to discover in Oklahoma. Production vehicle provided by the Oklahoma Ford Dealers, official partner of the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department.